Can we talk about you working with Kid Cudi on Girls real quick?
Kid Cudi. That was a very interesting occurrence. Let me see if I can recall this properly. Because I have like this blurry vision of what took place. I don't know how the idea was born. I'm sure the homie Scott was in the lab. The song was Pretty Girls. And he was like, damn, he's a very dope rapper. So I think in his dopeness of the understanding of all MCs, certain rappers like him, Lupe, there's a lot of them out there. They kind of could dissect all MCs because they're such really good MCs. They're not just good MCs on delivery. They're really good songwriters. So they can dissect all the rest of us and figure out the value of us as rappers. And I think guys like that understand Too Short. Mm-hmm. They can listen to the genius in the simplicity of my flow and how I write songs and understand the impact of why I am multi-platinum multiple times. They get it. So you like, damn, a Kid Cudi? Why would a Lupe Fiasco do a song with Too Short? Too Short don't compare to them bar for bar. I did songs with Nas, everybody. So it's like, if you understand the genius of it as an MC, as a songwriter, then you get it. So I figured that's probably why he tapped into me for that song, because he knew that the approach I was going to take to it was going to complete the song to what he wanted it to be. And I got to send a shout out to Scott Muscuddy, Kid Cudi.
For sure.
Because a lot of his fans, people they tell me to my fucking face, they're like, man, I don't even really know your music, but the one song you did with Kid Cudi, it's like, that's the shit. Like, a lot of his fans actually verbally come to me and say, I appreciate what you did on that song.
Right.
They're like, man, I ain't even know nothing about you to that song. Like, that's big for me.
For sure.
And he opened the door. Like, it was a younger fan base too, which was dope. I got to say thank you for that, because a lot of collaborations I don't get that kind of feedback. I don't get multiple fans, the dude at the Foot Locker selling me the shoe going, are you Too Short? Oh, that was dope, that song you did with Kid Cudi. Like, I don't get that like specifically for a certain artist.
Right.
But his fan base has thanked me multiple times. So that's special to a guy like me, because I've done so many collabs. And I'll tell you another collaboration story that has a positive tone. Notorious Big had recently been murdered. And, Tupac was murdered 6 months earlier. And then the shit happened with Biggie. And the big funeral, Brooklyn, what the magnitude of what that was. So I'm in Atlanta at a club. And the club's called Atlanta Live. And in that club, there was a VIP section upstairs. In that VIP section, it had a private staircase that kind of went down, sort of like down. Mm-hmm. And to go down from the VIP was cool, but to get through it from the bottom, you had to be like some kind of way to get through the guy at the bottom to get up to it. Mm-hmm. So I think I was going up and this dude was coming down. And it's kind of like a nightclub vibe, kind of dark. And at this moment, there ain't nobody on the staircase. I'm always floating through the club by myself, whatever, that's my style. Ain't nobody in this goddamn little hallway staircase except me and this dude. And he stopped me. And he's like, are you Too Short? I'm like, yeah. He was like, yeah, respect. He was like, I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. And he was like, he said, this is what he said. He said, man, he just had to tell me this. He said, man, if anybody says the word California to me tonight, I'm going to kill that motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Like Biggie had just been buried. He said, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. If they say the word California. He said, but you, he said, I don't know if he said Big or Jay-Z, but I think he said Big. He said, my man Big always spoke highly of you. And I just, respect, love, and all that shit. And it was just the craziest shit, because in his face was not a person talking shit. It was a person that literally was going to kill somebody if they said the word like, it was Big, it just got buried. It was seriously like, I will fucking murder you if I hear the word California. And That's the love, that family love. My whole theme of this whole thing is I'm family. I'm your family member by default, some kind of way. And it always comes back to that, to the way I walk through life. It always comes back to that fucking family vibe. Like literally, like I've been in a situation where it wasn't favoring me. And motherfuckers was just kind of sizing me up on whatever reason. And whether I knew it or not, and I sensed it or not, somebody that I didn't know rode over to me and said, I'm in who knows the fuck where on earth. And somebody rose up to me and said, yo, I know it's going down. Waiting them over there, you know, I see it. It's like, well, one time you did a song with my uncle. My uncle used to bump you all the time. My uncle said you was his homie. He's like, look over there. That's my crew. You good up in here.
Wow.
And I'm sitting in the middle of some shit, like some motherfuckers looking at me. I'm doing the usual me. Might be gambling on the pool table or just somewhere. And niggas like, oh, he think he loose like that? Here, watch this. And the other guys come and say, they ain't finna fuck with you. Dudes I don't even know. And it comes from the path I walk through life. And they saying, we got you like this because our folks said you was the homie. I got a lot of that out there. Like
Right.
Next generation. Little niggas like, man, you was my uncle. They say who uncle was. I'm like, that's my guy. They're like, oh, you good in here. Don't even worry about them. We finna go there and let them know right now. And I just do my thing.
Right.
And that's the too short love. It's different.
For
It's
sure.
really different.